Hi everyone. Welcome to the meeting. We're glad you could join us today for our Q&A. So before we go into like just every like open questions, we're going to go over a few important pieces of information first, like like where like the schedule and like how the rounds work, and yeah. Okay. So our first important point is that our registration, we're extending it to next Saturday, May 11th. So if your kids or if people that you know who wanted to do WinMaC, but like think, oh, the registration deadline's up, you guys have one more week to register. So yeah, as soon as you know, like you can do it, please register as soon as possible. We'd love to have you there. Yeah, and tell your friends and everything. It'll be really fun. But yeah. And so on the day of the competition, it'll be hosted in person at Winchester High School. And basically, you guys can like our address is 80 Skillings Road, Winchester. And you guys like can if you search up Winchester High School, you'll be able to find this online. So for parking, you can park like anywhere near the school. If you see in the image, there's like in like the purple highlighted spots, those are all open parking lots that you guys can use. Parking is free. You can also park along the road. So yeah, so there should be plenty of available parking spaces. But yeah, we'll be staying like inside the school and everything. So
And the entrance will be right where the red marker is. That's the like the first entrance to the school where we'll be taking sign-ins, etc.
And WinMaC has been a traditionally elementary school competition, but this year we've decided to introduce a middle school division. So to quiz your worries, no, the middle schoolers will not be competing against the high schoolers. That'd be cruel. They're going to be competing in separate divisions. The middle schoolers will be having some harder problems, more suited for their abilities. Although the rounds will be the same, they'll be taking place at the same times, just in different rooms. And yeah, we're a little bit short on middle schoolers right now, so if any of you guys have any older siblings who are interested, please reach out to them and tell them to register.
okay, so this will be our schedule for the day of the competition. So just an overview. This entire schedule can be found at the bottom of the website on the information tab if you guys want to go look at it after this meeting. So basically from 9 until 9:30, it'll be registration and check-in. So please arrive like you can arrive like during that time. Like please arrive before 9:30 though, because we'll be starting the opening ceremony at 9:30. We'll be like this will just be like welcoming everyone. And then at 10 we'll be doing 10 to 10 25 we'll be doing our dash round, which is it'll be it's like we'll go over the rounds later, but the round like the competition sorry the round is 25 minutes. The built-in like 10 minutes is for like people to walk to the rooms and everything get situated. And then from 10:25 to 10:40 we'll have like a short break. And then at 10:40 we'll be starting our theme round, which is our next individual round. And then we'll have another break from 10:15 to 10:30, and then at 10 sorry not 10:30 11:15 to 11:30. And then at 11:30 we'll be starting our team round. I'll go until 12, and then right after the team round we'll be doing lunch for 1 hour. We'll go over lunch later too. And then at 1:10 we'll be starting our guts round, and this will go until 1:50. And then we'll have another break right after the guts round until 2. And then from 2 to 3, we'll have an hour for like fun math activities. These will be hosted by our competition directors. There'll be like a little fun thing to wrap up as we finish grading. And then at 3:15, we'll be doing our closing ceremony. This is when we'll be like giving out awards and like announcing final placements. So yeah, it'll be pretty exciting.
Okay, so now let's talk about the math. So in terms of the actual problems, we're going to be splitting this up into 4 rounds. The first round is called the dash round. So you'll have 15 problems to do in 25 minutes. This is an individual round. Then after that, we're going to be going through a theme round, which is 9 problems in 35 minutes. And the 9 problems are split into 3 themes. So our themes for this year are birds, toys and games, and factory. So those are the individual rounds. Then we also have a collaborative team round where you work with your 3 other teammates. And here you'll be given 10 problems to do in 30 minutes to complete with your team. Then after lunch, we'll do the guts round, which is also collaborative with your 3 other teammates. And you'll get 24 problems in all, but you get them in 8 groups of 3 and you'll have 40 minutes to do that. So you'll receive 3 problems at a time, and then once you complete your set of 3 problems, you can submit that set for another set of 3 problems, and that is how the questions will be divvied up for the guts round. And as for the materials, only writing utensils and blank paper are permitted. So no calculators, no rulers, no protractors.
Now we'll go over some commonly asked questions. One example of one is if you've registered your child as an individual, they will compete in the team and guts round. I mean, they don't have to, but usually, what ends up happening is that individuals get grouped together as into randomly assigned teams, which are outlined, which were outlined in the information booklet. And they can also split off to compete as a one-person team.
So we'll be like automatically assigning individuals to like rent to the teams of 4. If you want your child or if the child wants to compete by themselves in like a one-person team, you can email us and let us know, and then we'll like make a note and then we'll have them be like competing on their own. But otherwise, everyone's automatically going to be like put in the team. That way, it's like an equal chance for everybody.
All competitors will compete in individual rounds, even if they're registered as part of a team as well.
Some other commonly asked questions are aids like calculators, rulers, slash protractors allowed? So unfortunately, students may not use any aids besides writing utensils and blank paper, but the problems are designed to be solved using without any other aids. So and so how difficult will the questions be? Well, the competition math includes math taught in school as well as other topics commonly found in competitions such as MC and math counts. But if you want to check, if you go to our archive section on our website, you can see example problems from previous years. So yeah, but please note that these problems are a bit harder than like what we'll have this year.
Okay, so if you notice in our schedule, lunch will be happening in the middle of our competition. Oh, we'll hold questions for it after our presentation. We'll get to those soon. Okay, about lunch. So lunch will be in the middle of our competition. So you can bring your own lunch. However, we will also be buying pizza to sell at $2 per slice. So we'll be sending out a pre-order form within the next couple of weeks. So if you intend to buy our pizza there, fill that out, or you can bring your own lunch. Okay, now parents and supervisors are required to be at WinMaC for the duration of the tournament because of school policies. Obviously, parents and supervisors are not allowed to help their children on the problems, and they're not allowed to talk with the participants during the rounds. Uh, you guys can wait in the auditorium or the cafeteria, just hang around in our very beautiful school while the children are doing math.
Yeah, we just want them there for liability purposes, in case anything happens to any of the children, which hopefully doesn't happen, but in case an emergency does happen, yeah, you will be there to support them.
So we had a few questions about who could be like parents, like supervisors. If you are a teacher, you can be like a supervisor, and also for multiple kids, just like make a note for that, like during registration, like just that way, like we know that you're responsible for like these amount of kids that you're like, there for. So yeah. Okay, now we'll be opening up questions to like everyone. So if you guys have any questions, you can either like verbally ask us or you can send them in Zoom chat. And I think we have our first question. So the question is, I saw in previous year's tests, there are problems that are ambiguous and sometimes the answer is incorrect. Is there a way for parents to dispute during the contest if this happens? So, Prate, would you like to answer that?
So, so in previous years, it's true that yes, our problems have been interesting. I can testify as a problem writer myself. Last year, we were debating the answers to some of the questions like on the actual day of the tournament, which will not happen this year. We've already finished all of the problem writing. But in case this does happen, um, you can email us about the question. I don't know if we'll be able to change scores after the day of the competition, but we will fix it on our website. And yes, we will work to make the questions as uh like as clear as possible so that they're not ambiguous.
If your kid does mention something with like the problems though, and like to your like to parents, and you do have a concern, you can come up to any of us like of the contest directors, and we will work to see if there's like an issue, we'll work to fix it and stuff. But yeah. Okay, I think our next question is, can participants wear a watch? Any specific requirements for the watch? Um, if you have a like, we asked to like, try not to wear like smartwatches because we know those can be used to like cheat and stuff. But if you have like just like normal, I think like digital watch that doesn't have, so that's like not like a smartwatch, that's okay. Yeah.
In the rooms, there should be a clock, or if there isn't a clock, we should be able to project a clock as well. So hopefully time would not be an issue for timing.
Hi, quick question. Can there be multiple supervisors? Because if you're a team of 4 kids, can we take turns? Can one of the parent be
Yep.
available for a couple of hours and the next parent comes in?
Yep, that's totally fine. Just make sure that all of the supervisors are listed under that team so that we know who are liable for the safety.
Thank you. And the other one in here, we did not discuss for the elementary kids. Is there any specific requirement for the elementary kids?
Are you like safety requirements or?
No, just the questions or the rounds and everything. Will it follow the same
Oh,
format? Because I saw
yes, they
in.
will follow the same format.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, we have our next question. How problems are divided between middle school and elementary school? We reviewed last year's problems. Some of the questions are too hard for fourth graders. So don't worry about it. Basically, middle schools and elementary schools, they'll be having like two different problem sets. There'll be specific problems for the middle schoolers, and then there'll be a different problem set for the elementary schoolers, and it'll be like designed for their age groups. Um, Prate, would you also like to comment on the fact that like maybe some of them might be too hard for fourth graders?
Right. So, WinMaC is a really unique competition in that not only do we have students who are experienced mathletes who have gone to many other competitions before, we also have people who are new to math competitions. So this year especially, because we have an elementary and middle school problems, we paid a lot of attention to how difficult the problems are. So we have many easier problems, and we also have many harder problems. So it should be suitable no matter how much experience you have. And these problems are also being tested by most of the people working on them. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to make like the earlier problems could be like on the easier side, but we're trying to make like the last few problems. Some of them we don't really expect these kids to solve, but they may just what am I trying to say? So in case like someone does get through all the problems, we don't want them to like be done with the whole thing and be, I guess, bored of the time remaining. So there are some problems that might might be really too difficult, but I think most of the problems should be solvable for fourth graders or middle schoolers.
And also adding on to the like have them having like different problem sets, they'll also be graded based on like their things. It'll be completely separate divisions. So there'll be separate like awards and stuff for the middle schoolers, and then a separate awards and stuff for the elementary schoolers as well. So would anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I have another question for the theme round. Is that all this different set are kind of the difficulty level are kind of equal?
I think the team round, that's 9 problems in 35 minutes. So the question should be slightly harder than that of the dash round, but should be similar difficulties. That answers your question.
No, about the theme round. Like you have 3 different sets, the
Mhm.
birds and toy games, and is that we pick one of the set or?
Oh no, so you would do all 3 sets.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem.
And yeah, all three sets I think have around the same difficulty. But yeah.
Yeah, would anyone else have any other questions?
Yes, so we have a question in the chat. Do elementary students follow exact schedules as others? And yeah, so it is for a large portion of the day, but we do inject some breaks so that the elementary schoolers especially do not get tired. And trust me, like it's very fun. I know it's math and it's like seems like, oh, it's so boring, but trust me, like when I went to this, I was like, oh my God, WinMac is so fun. So I don't think like it's going to be a little bit tiring, but I think definitely elementary schoolers especially will find it very fun. And yes, the elementary schoolers and the middle schoolers will be following the same schedules as posted on the website.
Yeah, there's at least a 15-minute break between every round, and then I think our longest round is only 35 minutes. That's the theme round, and then everything else is like in teams, so they'll be working together. Sorry, not everything else. Like the longer guts round will be in teams. That's what I was thinking. But yeah. Oh, so we just had a question that said, it looks like a lot of effort went into making this competition happen. Who organized it? So basically, this competition is entirely student run. It's organized by students at the Winchester High School. We like all of us speaking today, we're all students at the high school. So yeah, hopefully you guys can enjoy the competition. Hopefully you find it fun. Hopefully you find it like a nice experience, especially since we're all part of the math team. We all enjoy math. But yeah. Okay. Would anyone else have any questions? Because right now it's like, if you have any, you can ask. But since we only have a few minutes left for the meeting, I think we'll probably end it here. So thank you everyone for joining our Q&A. If you join like halfway through the meeting, don't worry, we'll be posting the entire recording of the meeting online. We'll be sending those out after this meeting. Also be sending out like a few more reminders and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. We hope you found this meeting helpful. If you continue to have questions at like in the later weeks, feel free to email us at any time. We'll respond to it as fast as we can. But yeah, thank you guys. Right. I hope you guys have a nice night. And yeah.
And yeah, get hyped for the competition.
Woo, yeah, only 3 more weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for registering.
Yeah.